How's it going, everyone? I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
And welcome to another edition of the Two Irish Brothers show. You guys know the drill. Hit the subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Like or dislike the video for algorithm purposes. And make sure you hit that bell icon for all notifications on this channel when we go live or upload new material. Well, Ben, the Irish coming off another big victory, 35-14 over the Virginia Cavaliers.
Yep.
Not really a whole lot to complain about in this one, but before we get to the game, just want to give a special shout out to our good buddy Matt Shelton. I was able to meet him in person during his book signing on campus on game day. Ben, unfortunately, you weren't able to make it in time, but he did ask about you, and there's always another time, right?
Yep. I did get his book though.
Yes,
his book. I
did too. Rising Through Every Fall. I cannot wait to start reading this. And also, it's really nice. He did personally autograph it. So, Matt, if you're watching, it was a blast meeting you, dude. We can't wait to have you on the show again. And thank you very much for what you wrote in the book. Because you see, Ben, when he asked me how I wanted to sign it, this is how I've always felt with when I meet players or celebrities or whoever. I'm like, it's not right for me to tell you how to write it. I just want you to write something from the heart. And that's what Matt did, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Matt. It was awesome. But anyway, Ben, back to the game itself. The Irish are now 9-1, just one step closer to securing a playoff bid. But
currently in the playoffs. Currently in.
Yes, but to seal the deal.
Yep, to seal the deal. And got the job done on a brisk end of fall day in South Bend. A little dreary, but nice ode to the seniors. And what's crazy to think about, since we're talking playoffs, is Notre Dame might host a game. So there might be one last game for these seniors on the horizon.
Yes.
At Notre Dame Stadium, which is incredible to think about. But staying with Virginia, a little bit of a slow start in this one, just a little bit, but we got the job done, and that's really all that matters. Not too bad numbers-wise. Riley Leonard looked solid, not over the top, and not disappointing, but solid. So
yeah.
Can't ask for much more than that. Jeremiah Love.
Big day.
Big day for Jeremiah Love. Huge day for Jeremiah Love. And I got to take a shot because I can, and we don't get fined on this show. The refs freaking sucked in this game. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Like, I am not normally a blame the ref fan. Okay? But my goodness, were these refs awful in this game. Like, I don't think there was more than 2 penalties on Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible. Like, the same things that we did, they did, and they never got penalized on it. It was absolutely nuts. So the refs had a big day in a way.
Well, and I'll just say this. The opening kickoff, which was muffed, ironically, by Chris Tyree, of all people. I like it, but at the same time, I don't. Conflict of interest there, just because you want so good for him because he used to play for us. But I was like, okay, why is that not a touchdown? He was the guy whoever it was that's recovered the ball and scored the touchdown. He wasn't down, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I found this out later. Just like an onside kick, you can't advance it, and I guess that's been a rule for a while. I didn't realize it. Okay, so whatever. But the fake punt fake
punt was not an illegal formation. It was not an illegal formation. It was a perfectly fine formation, and we took advantage, and it should have been a touchdown. And yeah.
Well, and also here's what really pissed me off about that. If you think it's a penalty, you throw the flag right away and call it.
Right.
You don't wait till the play happens and then spend 5 minutes congregating over it and then decide to say that it's a penalty.
Right.
No, you let it stand at that point. And also with that, Ben, when I got home that night, my brother was still up, and he met us when we came home. He was telling me that he had heard somebody talking about it, and it had something to do with the numbers of the guys on the line, something weird like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I forget how he explained it or what it was, but no, that was not an illegal shift. Of course, these morons in front of us, I'm not sure. One was a Virginia fan, the other guy I'm not sure, but he kept saying, "Hey guys," when they were reviewing it, he's like, "Guys, 5 guys are moving. 5 guys are moving. You can't do that." And of course, this is your typical nerdy looking guy with the fruity haircut and whatnot. Maybe he'd had too much to drink. I don't know. But I'm like, yeah, you guys can move after the ball's been snapped, moron.
Yeah.
And I heard even one ref said that should not have been a penalty.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's just
in the history books. But yeah,
you don't want to harp too much.
See two touchdowns taken back, and then just a barrage of crappy penalties, in my opinion.
Yeah, but we overcame them.
Yep, we overcame it, and now it's on to Army. And,
yes,
the schedule does not get I'm not going to say easier, but everything is within sight. That's the big thing.
We control
in sight.
We control our own destiny.
Yes.
And for the record, I'm pretty sure, Ben, that after having just talked about the refs in Saturday's game, I'm sure there's going to be some smart-ass expert who's going to show up on the comment section and be like, no, you guys are morons, Sean and Ben. It was a penalty. It was this happened, that happened.
Well, it was a penalty. It was a penalty that was called, apparently. I mean, there's no denying that. So, yeah. Anyway.
Going back to the game.
Riley Leonard looked pretty good.
Yes.
22 of 33, 214 yards, an average of 6.5, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, QBR of exactly 50. The one complaint that I will have, and it's not really a complaint, I wish we would have seen the backups in this game. I know it was senior day, and I know it's like Riley Leonard's last game at Notre Dame Stadium. Like, I get all that. But I wanted to see Angeli. I wanted to see Carr. No sense in rolling these guys out and potentially getting them injured when you know that you have the game.
Yeah.
That was the way I looked at it. Like, we had the game, well in hand. It would have taken a monumental comeback for Virginia to do anything, because up to that point they really hadn't done anything. So,
well, I'd wondered the same thing, Ben. I think what Marcus Freeman was trying to do is, with so much coming up here in the next couple weeks, I think he wanted to get style points. I think he was, it
could be. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just, it makes me nervous. That's the big thing.
I know.
Makes me nervous.
I know.
Someone like Jeremiah Love gets injured right now. You're not coming back. You're not, if it's a significant injury. The season's over for them. So, it just worries me.
I can definitely see where you're coming from. But it's just, again, I think it's just the whole team was put in a very difficult spot, because you want to move up in those seeding. I mean, rankings, of course, but in particular seeding, because seeding and rankings are two different things.
Right.
Our goal is to get to number 8 or higher, so we can host a first round playoff game. And as sad as it is, they're going to look at things like style points. The committee, that is, they're going to look at that kind of stuff. And I think Freeman was just hoping to put some more points on the board. And, well, when you look back at it, it didn't really matter, because we only scored 7 points in the second half.
Right.
So, but I get what he was trying to do. But at the same time, you make a great point about not wanting to risk the players' health, because we're going to need them, especially the next 2 games. Because we got Army, who's undefeated at Yankee Stadium next week. USC, who, despite their record, they're still a rival. Yep. They're gonna bring it. They're gonna try to...
That they will be, in my opinion, the hardest game of the year, because we'll get into that in the preview.
Yes.
But yeah, so.
But also with the game itself, I thought the defense, they played phenomenal. But I've said this before. What's really impressed me with our defense is we're missing some key guys like Benjamin Morrison and our defensive end. How do you say his name? Traylor.
Yeah.
Tabor. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. And even Howard Cross was out for this game.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're missing a lot on our defense, but we have guys stepping up. And what I like about it the most is that some of them are freshmen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Leonard Moore stepping up and making plays. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yes.
That just shows you how good a coaching it is right now. And, because people just want to keep complaining about things like, losing to Northern Illinois in the second game or this or that. You got to look deeper than that. Look at the true positives that are happening on this team right now.
Yep.
So, I mean, that says something when you can have a true freshman making plays. Like, we're missing some key guys, and we're still shutting down opposing offenses. It's incredible.
Yep.
But I guess we did forget about the receiving game, though, and leading the way there was Jaden Harrison with 41 yards and 1 touchdown. Mitchell Evans chipped in with 34 yards and a touchdown. Another one of those games where it was very spread around.
Yeah. Aeneas Williams had 35 yards. Jordan Faison had 25. Greathouse 17, Bo Collins 16, Colsey 16, Jaden Thomas 14. Yeah, like just lots of spreading around, which is never a bad thing though.
No.
It's like, who do you focus on? Who do you focus on?
Exactly.
But yeah, this is what I like seeing. I like seeing it, and now it's on the Army.
Yep. And also, we got to give a special shout out to Jack Kaiser because he broke the record for most games ever played.
63.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible.
Now, granted, I know the COVID year, the extra year that the guys got because of COVID, that I know that helped out, but still. It doesn't matter, COVID or no COVID. That's a lot of games be suiting up for one team. I mean, that's the key, or that's the example of dedication right there.
Yep, not hitting the transfer portal, not getting out when the going's tough, weathering the storm. Yep.
Exactly. That's a team player, and that's why Jack Kaiser is a captain of this team.
Yep.
One of the captains on this team.
Yeah.
But overall, aside from the slow start, which I hated seeing, I'm not going to lie.
I think we all did.
The play calling was very questionable early on. At least I thought so anyway. And I'm sitting there in the stands wondering, what is Denbrock doing? But just thankfully, he put it on when it needed to be, when it needed to happen. And this game was yet another perfect example of it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And boy, did the Irish finish strong in this one.
Yeah.
You put your opponent on the ropes, you keep them there, you're going to win.
Yep.
So not every win has to be pretty, but you like seeing it pretty though.
Yeah.
You like seeing your football game like you want to see your women, pretty and sexy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Other than that, Ben, not much more to talk about in this one. I forgot to tell you though, I was recognized.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, see, I felt bad about this because it was when I was in the bookstore. Saying hi to Matt and getting a copy of his book. We're talking. These two guys wearing kilts.
Yeah.
Wearing kilts walk by, and one of them gets a copy of Matt's book and gets an autograph and all that. Says hello. Then he looks at me and says, "Hey, aren't you ND Sean 45?" And I said, I stuck up my hand. I said, "Well, that's my nickname, yes, but I go by my real name, Sean Moerity now." And I shake his hand and he goes, "Man, you and your buddy, I love watching your episodes, man. I love watching your channel, your podcast. It's great. It's nice to just see, a couple regular guys talking Notre Dame football." And I'm like, "Well, we appreciate that, dude. And, I hope you'll continue to watch. And, we do it for you guys."
Yep.
But I felt bad there because I felt like I was kind of upstaging Matt. He's
Eh.
like, no, Sean, that's awesome. This is awesome. You're not upstaging me. The more people that recognize us, it's great. And he said, look, Santa Claus is right there. Do you think I can upstage him? He's like, look at the line that Santa Claus is getting. Look at the line that I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay. I still felt bad though, because it's not my book sign. It was Matt's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought you'd like to hear that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And if that person's watching, it was awesome to meet you, buddy. And thankfully, he said he wasn't going commando that day in the kill. If I wouldn't go commando, that would have been cold.
Yeah, that's a nice breeze going through a certain section of the body. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's just say his girlfriend wouldn't be happy with all the shrinkage. Yes, I went there.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, I don't know how much we really talked about the game in this video, but
that's all right.
You guys all get the deal. It was, we said what needed to be said. It was,
we scored points. We won the game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We're just having some fun on here. But so with that said, like you said, Ben, we got Army coming up this week, Saturday night, Yankee Stadium. I'm pretty sure it's a night game. I think.
I don't know.
I could be wrong, but regardless, we have Army this week, Yankee Stadium, the Shamrock Series, big matchup. We will catch you guys on Wednesday night for that, because as you guys know, we wait till after the recent playoff rankings to do a preview for the next game.
6 p.m.
Oh, it is a 6 p.m. Night game.
6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
So, yep.
Well, on that note, I have nothing else to cover. All I know is I'm going to start reading Matt's book tonight. I can't wait to read it. It sounds awesome. And, he said if you guys get a copy of his book, he said it's really just like a couple guys sitting at the bar telling stories.
That's nice.
So, on that note, everyone, I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
This has been the Two Irish Brothers Show. And as we always say, to end off every video, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish.